So I shy away from that a lot. I shy away from that a whole lot. It makes me so uncomfortable. It makes me so like I ask myself, like, why you know? Is like, welcome back to my channel. My name is Logracia isnt if you're new here. If not, hey cuz. So all you need to do to be one of my cousins is to just subscribe to my channel. We have some fun here. We enjoy each other's company. We hang out with Chance. Off, Baba. Off, boy. Thank you, Mama. Stay. So I got these questions from a video that two of my YouTube colleagues and friends did on here. It was the first person that did it that I know of is Niza Bay. I'll link her video in the description box. No, Chansey, off boy, off, Papa, no, off. Thank you. And then the second person that I know that has done these questions or answered these questions is Joey Lamini. And Learning with Joey, you guys are familiar with her. We were live last Thursday the last time, but I'll link her video as well and her channel. So we're going to get started. These are 10 questions about how I am doing lately, right? So it's basically just like a little life update. You guys, not too long ago, I spoke about one part of my life at the moment. This is more of a holistic approach, and then I found a few more questions. So my questions are going to be a little bit more than 10, but these are the questions that I got from the channel.
And I am over explaining myself again.
Why? Okay. So first question is, what do you love about your life right now? I love that I'm learning, you know. I love that I'm open to learning. I love that I am enjoying life. Like, I take things very seriously. I take things very, very seriously, even though I really love to laugh, right? But life for me is very serious. Like, I take things very, very seriously. So I first take it seriously, and then after I've taken it serious, then I laugh about it. But I've just gotten to this place in my life, and maybe it's age, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I've just gotten to this place where I have gotten more like comfortable with life, as in it's not that serious anymore. Yes, there are serious aspects, yes, there are serious things, but I'm actually enjoying life. Like, I'm enjoying my life, you know. Like, I'm enjoying my day-to-day experiences. I'm enjoying the relationships that I have. I'm enjoying my interactions. I'm enjoying showing up online. I am enjoying me. I am enjoying Logracia. And I don't know if that makes sense, but that's really what I love about my life right now, is that I am so open to just being present, being in the moment, not thinking 20 million steps ahead, which sometimes does still happen. But I am more here now and enjoying it and actually seeing the beauty of life. What do I love doing? I love being at home. I love being at home. I am starting to enjoy reading again. I love spending time with my husband. I love watching YouTube videos. I love YouTube. I really do love YouTube. I don't know, yeah. I think those are like the top things that I really love doing. I love spending time with people that love me and that I love, even if it's over a phone call, even if it's over a message. I love doing that. I love interacting with people. I really love interacting with people, but people that I've gotten to know. So usually, like, when it's new, it's a bit uncomfortable, it's a bit scary, it's a bit all of those things. But like, once I get to know people, I really enjoy talking to people. I really enjoy pouring into people. I don't know, maybe it's a bit cliche, but anyway. Third question is, how is your job? Okay, I don't have a 9 to 5, but my job is taking care of my family, and I enjoy that. I really do. Some days I'm tired. Some days I am not motivated. Some days I just feel like it's mundane and it's the same thing over and over and over again. But overall I enjoy it. Like, I enjoy being in this part of my life, you know. I enjoy being here. So that's what I love about my job. I love the flexibility of my job. I love that my husband is my boss, because I can always negotiate with him. I can always negotiate with him. I love that. Yes, I love that about my job. I love the flexibility. I love the fact that I can get out of bed when I feel like it. I can, you know, like, my time belongs to me. As long as, yeah, my time belongs to me. I really enjoy that. Like, I enjoy the time freedom of it. Yeah. You worried or stressed about anything? I am. There's a couple of things that I am stressed about. I'm being and thinking so much and thinking so often. Yeah, there's the one thing that I can share with you guys that I'm stressed and worried about. Not overly, not like it's keeping me up late at night type of thing, but just that I think about often is, so our son is in grade 11 this year, so he's almost finished with grade 11, and then next is obviously going to be grade 12, and there's certain things that he wants to do with his life, right? Or there's a certain path that he wants to follow, and I so badly want that for him. Like, what he wants to do, I so badly want that for him, and not having control over being able to give him that, you know, worries me. So how do I put this? So as far as finances are concerned, like, if I have to go back and go and find a job so that we can make it happen for him, or help him to make it happen, I would do that. Like, no questions asked, I would do that. However, it's not something that I can give him. Like, it's out of my control. The only thing that I can do is trust God and believe God that he will work things out in his favor for him, and that he will provide every yes and everything that he needs. And my mommy heart is just, you know, you get to a point where you can't do everything for your kids. Like, there's things that they need to do for themselves, there's things that they need to learn for themselves, and you become a spectator in their lives instead of an active participant, and that worries me and that stresses me, because I don't know if he's learned enough yet to go out into the world on his own, and him having to navigate that. Like, I'm worried and stressed about whether or not I can let go to the extent that he needs, you know. Yes, I'll always be a safe space for my son or any of my kids, and we're speaking about him in this particular instance. There will always be a soft landing place, yeah, for him, right, with us. But you also have to give your kids the opportunity to spread their wings and fly, and I'm worried. I am just worried, and that's not gonna happen now. We still have, like, what, a year and a bit for all these things to happen, maybe even 2 years, but still I worry about it. Anyway, let me not cry. What 5 things do you love about yourself? I love that I'm loyal. I love that I'm loyal. Like, I've expressed this before in a previous video. Like, when I love people, I don't just love like that. I am so loyal to them. Yes, I think that is like one of my things that I love about myself, but one of the things that I don't like about myself. I don't know. I'm resilient. Like, I can always bounce back. My bounce, like, maybe sometimes the time that I bounce back is slow, right? But I can always bounce back. And I think that's just the grace of God. Honestly, I just think that's the grace of God. And don't be surprised if I credit God for a lot of things in my life or everything in my life, because that's just how it is, you know. I love that I love God. Like, I love that I love Jesus. Like, yeah, I love that. Like, I love that. I tried not to, you know, or I tried to run away from it. I tried to find alternatives. I tried to do things in my own strength. But I've just come to the realization that this is it. There's nothing else. This is it. That's 3. 4. I love that I love to laugh. Like, I really love that. I love laughing. And it's something that a lot of people don't know, because I look serious like all the time or most of the time. But I love laughing. Like, if you can make me laugh, you are like one of my best people ever, you know. And the 5th thing is that I'm funny. Like, I am funny. I am hilarious. But I'm not hilarious with everybody. Like, I don't make everybody laugh. I don't make everybody laugh. But I'm funny. What are the 3 negative mindsets that I need to let go of? One is the first one and the biggest one, and probably the one that I struggle the most with, is that I constantly need to allow others to shine. And yes, that I need to allow others to shine and not allow myself to shine too bright, right? So I don't know if that makes sense, but I have this thing of like, the moment I feel like I stand out too much, I pull back. Like, I withdraw, because I don't want to outshine everybody. Like, that's not the kind of person that I am. And it looks like I do, but I don't. Yes, I am competitive. Yes, I like winning, but I don't want it to be at the expense of somebody else. And when I do withdraw, and when I do retract, and when I do dumb myself down, it makes me unhappy. And I'm learning to understand that me shining does not mean that someone else is going to shine any less. The second one is probably, these are so difficult. I think that one that I mentioned is like the biggest one, because from there's like a whole lot of other things that that flows from it. And I think I've dealt with most of them, all of them, besides that one. The other one that I have is that I don't believe that God wants to use me in a mighty way, like that God wants to use me in a big way. So I shy away from that a lot. I shy away from that a whole lot. It makes me so uncomfortable. It makes me so like, I ask myself, like, why you know, like, why me? Why Logracia? Why not somebody else? Like, what is it about me that he wants to use, you know? And the thing is that not, I honestly believe that everybody's not called to ministry, right? And I'm not suggesting that I am called to ministry. I'm not suggesting that at all. And I believe that we can glorify God in different ways, in like all the nooks and crannies of our lives, right? But still, even in those nooks and crannies, I ask myself, like, why would God want to use me? Why would God want to use my life to glorify him? Makes no sense, but yeah. And the other thing is, yeah, I think I can only think of those 2 things right now. If I think of anything else, I'll pop it up on the screen when I'm editing. Oh, these questions are difficult. How have you been feeling about life overall lately? Like, life is good. Life is tough. There's some tough things happening out there. Like, my life isn't perfect. Not by any way, shape, or form. What I post, what I speak about, what I share is like probably not even 5% of what is happening in my life. But there's always this thing that no matter what, God is still good, you know? No matter how tough it gets, no matter how tough it gets, no matter how difficult it gets, joy comes in the morning. The sun is going to shine again tomorrow. Like, God is gonna work it out. He's going to work it out. And that's how I feel about life. So life is not perfect. Life is not, you know, all of those things. But my life is good. And yeah, my life is good. And I thank God for that. I honestly do. I do. How have you been feeling about the world lately? So I've been feeling we need to wake up. You know, we really need to wake up. There's a lot of things that's happening that we are not seeing, that we are not aware of. And I'm not talking about like the news and all of those things, just these nuances, like these little things, or things that seem little right now that we are not aware of, and that we're turning a blind eye to, because everything else is like so big. And so, you know, when you think of like the petrol price increasing, when you think about the interest rates increasing, when you think about every day there's a different this or that discovered, or this and that and that, but the small things is the things that we are not paying attention to, because there's so many other big things happening. So I feel like as woke as we are fast asleep. And I hope and I pray that we will wake up before it's too late. We will wake up and see what is going on around us before it's too late. And that's how I feel about the world. But I do my best to avoid the news. I do my best to avoid negativity, because it messes with your head. Like it messes with your head. So I do my best to not focus on all of those things, to be aware of what's going on, but not to focus on it. But yeah, what are you most grateful for right now? I am grateful for my life. Like, I have a good life. And I have a family that loves me. I have a husband that loves me and that adores me, and that will do anything for me. That will work his finger to the bone so that I don't have to. That will carry so much on his shoulders so that I don't have to. And I am so grateful for that. And I thank God for him every single day. I thank him all the time, even though he doesn't want to hear it. I thank him all the time. But yeah, I am really grateful for that. I'm grateful that we have a place to stay. We have food to eat. We're still able to do things, you know. I'm just grateful, because it could have been worse, you know. It could have been worse. It could have, yeah. I'm just grateful that we have a good life, that we have a blessed life, that we have a God that cares about us and that takes care of us every single day, and that he has given my husband so much favor because he found a good thing. But jokes aside, that there's so much grace and favor and mercy on our lives, and I'm grateful for that. I truly am. I am grateful. So okay, I've answered 9 of those questions. I am going to go on to the ones that I found that I really liked. I found 10 questions as well, but I'm not going to do all 10 of them. What is something new you have learned recently? I've learned how to set up habits. I've learned how to set up habits. And you would think that at this age I would know exactly how to get into forming new habits. But yes, I've learned how to do it effectively. I'm not doing it effectively yet, but I've learned how to do it, and I think that's very exciting. And then, yeah, what is something you are looking forward to in the near future? I am looking forward to December. I spend a lot of time with my family and my husband during December, and I love it. Like, okay, Cape Town gets extremely busy and full because everybody comes here, and I'm not mad at people for coming here because yeah, but December, like, we avoid going out because it's just full and it's busy and there's queues everywhere and there's traffic everywhere. So we spend a lot of time, as we usually do, at home, but we just chilled. You know, there's no rushing to work and doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that. We are just relaxed. Sorry, the garage. I think the garage door opened. We are just chilled and relaxed, and we just, you know, we lay for hours in the pool. We laze around. Yeah, it's just a fun time. So I'm looking forward to it because it's been busy, it's been stressful, it's been a hectic year. It's been a hectic year. It's been a hectic year. So there's 2 things that I'm gonna answer at the same time. It is, what is the most challenging thing you faced recently? And that's gonna lead us into the last question. So the most challenging thing that I faced recently is, and this is something that came from like last year, it's my surgery. At the time when I got my surgery, or when I got the surgery, it was to to fix something. That's why we get surgery. But after that was believing that God healed me completely. You know, it took me a while to get to that point, and not believing the physical manifestation of my healing. You know, like, it took me a long time to get back to exercising. It took me a long time to get back to doing things that I was doing before, because I was so scared of hurting my body. I was so scared of, you know, setting myself back, and I was very cautious. I was extremely cautious. I took so long to start exercising and so that was really difficult for me. And then the last question, which ushers us into Vlogtober, is, how is your physical health? Hold on. So in case you haven't noticed, the color of my shirt changed, and that is for a very specific reason. Before I answer the question, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And during these videos that I'll be posting in October, I will be adding little pink reminders, not just for to do your breast exams as women and men only, like exclusively, but to take care of you, to take care of you. You have to take care of you. This is the only body we're going to get while we are on this earth. This is the only body that we're going to get, and we have to take care of this body in order for it to stay healthy and to stay strong. And yeah, so how is your physical health? Let me answer the question. I went to the gynecologist for my yearly checkup after my surgery, for the 1-year checkup, I went on the 28th or the 28th or the 29th, somewhere around there, of August. So that's just a few weeks ago, to have my checkup done. And then she referred me to get a mammogram done because I am 40 years old, and it is recommended to get a mammogram done unless if for other reasons you have to go sooner, right? And I've been for 2 breast scans before. The first was when I was breastfeeding. There was one of the milk ducts were blocked, and they wanted to make sure that it was actually milk and not anything else. So I went for a scan. That is 17 years ago, because my son just turned 17. And 2019, I went for another scan. Yes, I went to the doctor because I saw discharge, and the doctor wanted to make sure that it was in fact. But by the time I got to the doctor, which was like the day after or 2 days after I saw the discharge, because I needed to wait for an appointment, there was no discharge anymore, but she wanted to make sure. So she sent me for a scan. So I had a scan, and then they were not able to they wanted me to come back because I did have another blocked duct, and they wanted me to come back like after 6 months. But then 6 months led into when the world went upside down, so I didn't go back. And then this year my gynecologist was like, last year she told me like, okay, this year I would have to go. And I was nervous about going for a mammogram. The other 2 times was not a mammogram. It was just like, you know, those sonars, like similar to what they do when you do a sonar for the baby or to check on the baby. So this time around it was a mammogram. First of all, I thought having a mammogram was going to be excruciatingly painful because of what other people have shared about the experience. And I know that all our experiences are not the same, but one of my very close friends and my sister, yes, I have lots of sisters, but this one, yeah, and my sister went for a scan last year, and she told me that it's not as bad as everybody says. So that gave me confidence to go, you know, because I thought it was going to be extremely painful. Yes, it is. It's uncomfortable, but it's not painful. And this is from someone that I have almost zero pain tolerance. Like, I'm a pipsqueak as far as pain is concerned. I feel pain immediately, like, and pain is always exaggerated for me. That's why I don't like feeling pain. I don't like it. I don't like it because it's always so extra for me. So I went, and it was uncomfortable. So they do the mammogram, and that is like the machine that squeezes your breast together, for the lack of a better word. I have no medical training, so I'm using this, like, I'm explaining this the way that I would understand it. And yeah, and then after that they do a breast exam with the, what is that machine called? A sonar machine. I don't know if that is what it's called, but it's the same one that I explained now. Like when you go for a pregnancy scan, it's the same machine. And they scanned both my breasts, and it is so nerve-wracking. It's so nerve-wracking. Like, I was so nervous. Like, I was literally like there praying. Even the days like leading up to it, like all I could pray was like, Lord Jesus, please, you know, like, please. So while I was there, they did a scan, and they took long to do the scan. And you know, when things take long, even though it's the process, because I don't know how long it's supposed to take, it felt very long to me. It felt like that scan was like an hour long. The radiographer left the room, and she came back. She went to go speak to the radiologist. So she went to speak to the radiologist, and she came back, and she told me the radiologist is happy with the images that she took, and they don't have to do like extra images. And I was like, okay, cool. And then she said the doctor will let me know if there is anything that I need to be concerned about. And I walked out of there, and I was like, you know what, the mere fact that they didn't come back for more scans that for me is enough. Or the radiologist didn't come in to come and do more scans, that for me is enough. Like, I am standing and I'm believing that absolutely nothing is wrong with me. So I left there, and I'm not gonna lie and say that I wasn't a bit okay, I was worried. Like, I was worried. Even though I never felt any lumps, even though I never had any concerns when I went for my checkup, I was still a bit concerned about the results. So I got the results like a couple of days later. The doctor sent me a message, and there was absolutely nothing to be concerned about, and she was happy with my scans, and I can only thank God for that. I can only thank God for that. Because as much as you believe that you are healed or that you are healthy, when you do these things, you still get scared. Well, I do. I still got a bit scared. And I had to remind myself that God has not given me a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and a sound mind. So fear is not from Him. I'm not going to walk around with fear, you know. So every time I felt fearful, I would just like say that scripture and have it like push out that fear out of my mind, because that is not for me. It's not from God. It's not for me. So the reason why I'm saying all of this is because I would like us during this month and beyond to take care of our bodies. Yes, I'm not going to say that I'm going to eat perfectly healthy, but you know and I know there's certain things that you need to change. You know, if it's not bringing work home, you know, like shutting down from work completely so that your mind doesn't race forever, you need to start doing that. If it is that you need to start eating healthy, you know what it is that you need to do. If it is that you need to get physically active, start doing it now. Like, it's not going to get any easier if you hold it off for any longer. And as I said, this is the only body that we have. We need to take care of our bodies, and we need to know what it is that we're dealing with, because the only way that you can fix is if you know. And so many of us run away from knowing, and we're not able to fix. So I'm going to encourage you. I'm not saying go to the doctor. I'm not saying any of those things. I'm not advocating for anything. I'm advocating for you to take care of you during this month. Not just as far as your breasts are concerned, but overall health. If it's your mental health that's suffering, work on fixing it. If it means you need to stay off social media for a bit, do that. If it means that you need to go out into and breathe some fresh air in the morning before you rush off to work, do that. If it means that you need to step away from your desk during the day and actually take your breaks at work and not want to be a superhero and solve everything, do that. You need to take care of you. So when you see pink on my videos this month, please remember to take care of you. So I've spoken a lot. I appreciate it if you've watched this far. Thank you so much for watching. If you've gotten this far and you're not subscribed to my channel yet, you might as well subscribe. Like, I don't know what you're waiting for. You might as well subscribe. But thank you so much for watching. Remember to give the video a like. And if there's any of these questions that spoke to you and you'd like to share your answer with me, please feel free to do so in the comment section. I appreciate you all, and we are in for a good ride this October. See you in the next video soon. Bye.